everyone, and welcome back to PGP Motorsports Park for the 7th race of the fall/winter 2025/2026 season. This is the penultimate race of this entire season, and then we can finally move on to a different season, which I can hopefully just pick one season and year for it. We'll be thoroughly into 2026, but we have this race and one more final to go before we get our season championships.
The neat part, the championship is still alive here. Up in the front row, we have Aiden Flynn and Davidson Mann starting us off. Behind them, in 3rd and 4th place, is David Bostazili and Kirk Strong. And in the 3rd row, it's really hard to tell from this angle, and the sun's in my face, very nice. We'll get them as they come along. Worth noting, it is freezing out here. Literally freezing, 32 degrees. So, here we go. Let's see them line up. We'll get more names. Williams also in that squabble. Lots of championship contenders here, but they all make it through roller coaster relatively clean.
Somehow they make it work 3 wide. I think I saw someone bobble. Yeah, very far out on that outside line. They're gonna have to rejoin there, and then try to find some spots back. They also have space, and there's too much space.
Someone went off.
Yep, they're gonna have to rejoin the track. Their tires are gonna be a little bit wet now, and they're gonna have to worry about that. But hopefully they'll be able to catch up, as it continues to be 4 wide near that bus stop area, as our leaders are now running away with it, forming a line.
Settles, we have a David and Son 1-2. Davidson in the lead, David in 2nd. Behind him in 3rd. It's really hard to tell due to the lack of lighting and lack of telescope on my part. When they come down the front straight, I will have a better picture of who's in 3rd. But so far, all the battles seem to have, just kidding, the battles have not died down. They're still squabbling in the back there. Huge battles in the back. But coming through, down through turn 1, since they're going the reverse direction, we got Davidson Man in the lead, David in 2nd, in 3rd place. That is Black Suit Lighthouse.
So not completely team anonymous, but here in 4th place we have 2 wide going into roller coaster, but that move is already going to be done by the time that they're done there. And then meanwhile, further back in the pack, we got more black suit white helmets. They're looking to make it 2 or 3 wide, but they make it out into the line, as we have all 24 racers making their way into roller coaster around in the reverse direction. Our normal arrive and drive direction. People who do a lot of arrive and drives are well versed, and it looks like someone's like almost out onto the grass at the end of double apex there, but they make it back on for light bulb, and they're going to rejoin that battling out in that mid pack.
So speculating on who Black Suit White Helmet is, I was speaking to someone in the pit lane earlier today. That could either be Randy or it could be Alex. Yeah, one of the two, possibly. Unfortunately for David, he fell back to 3rd. In 4th, we have William, Phil, Nick, Sergey, and the Rainmeister, Scott, Alex Seguin. Who's that in 10? The sun's in my face. It's hard to tell. But that's our mostly top 10 as they come down.
Yep, the sun's in my face as well. And with it shining the back of them, all we get is the shadow. So they all kind of become team anonymous on this side of the track. But here we are, big train going on with Davidson looking to take that outside line. And it looks like we got the Sergey train going on. Randy looking to get on the inside of Sergey, but Sergey already on that defensive line. Nowhere for Randy to go. He's going to take it defensively, and he's going to make it through.
I found Randy. He's near the mid-pack. So Team Anonymous in 2nd place, I believe, is up. I remember who that is. That's Aiden Flynn. Of course it's Aiden Flynn. He started out in front. How can I forget so early?
Yep, so Aiden Flynn up there in that 2nd place spot, looking to take the spot away from Davidson, who was able to get a really good early lead and is hoping to hold on to that for the rest of this. We can see where the sun hits and where the sun hasn't been hitting, all the frost on the grass there, as it's really cold out here today.
Earlier this morning, during the qualifying session, the temperature was 24 degrees. It is now 32 and slightly warming up. It might be about 33 now. But it's cold, make no mistake.
Yeah, the sun feels really nice.
The sun does feel quite nice for me.
The sun feels nice. It's blinding, but it's nice.
I'd imagine that the sun is helping the track warm up more than it has been, now that the racers have done several laps on the track. David defending the inside. bamboozled out here. Pretty sure behind me. Look. Yeah, it looks like Kirk knew that was going there.
So Kirk making his way up to the back of David.
Recognize that helmet. So we got David, Kirk, and Nick battling for 4th place. And behind them is a Sergey train that is 4th.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Kirk was able to get by Sergey at some point earlier and has rapidly caught up and passed the guy in the red suit.
The red suit there that you're seeing is Nick with the green helmet.
And it looks like Nick did try to make a move there, but lost a lot of momentum. And that's allowing Sergey to catch up. Sergey may look to, if they keep battling here, Sergey could catch up and get some more spots back, as our top 3 still nose to tail.
Yeah, they're going to be glued together until the final lap probably, unless they decide to explode at some point. Oh, like we see Aiden trying to have a look at the outside, gauge the momentum of Davidson from the lead. As they come down the front straight, in a neat line, they go. Randy and Sergey side by side, and this big squabble going into turn 1. Oh no,
looks like
contact with Alex.
It looks like 2 people were able to get by Randy on that front straight right there.
Unfortunately, Randy's using a special hand-on-foot technique down the front straight, either to minimize drag or just do some early morning calisthenics.
That, or maybe unfreeze some brake lines.
Possibly, actually. Frozen brake lines are a threat in these conditions. So what a frozen brake line does, it makes your braking unreliable. Sometimes your brakes get sticky. Sometimes your brakes don't actuate as much as you'd like them to. So by pumping the brakes harder than you need to, it can help unfreeze those brake lines. The more you know.
Yeah, and with those frozen brake lines, it's more likely to happen. Even though it might be 32, possibly even 33 right now with the sun, they're going 50 miles per hour, which is causing wind chill, which can potentially mean that for the racers down there.
Hard to tell what happened there, but those yellow flags waved and he's back on track. Must have been fighting a bit too hard there. And in all that confusion, Nick manages to get by. Still have that intense struggle in front.
Oh, a big lunge into roller coaster. Able to get by Kirk, goes black helmet, black shirt.
But the person in front of Kirk, that is William Yee.
William Yee diving it up on the inside of Kirk. Kirk trying to take a defensive line. William not having it, just saying like, no, I'm putting my cart here. You're gonna have to deal with it. And Kirk had to deal with it, and William got by.
Speaking of having to deal with it, I'm pretty sure the top 3 frustrated. Wait, that's William in front. Team Anonymous is who we were talking about in the back there. Woo! So in the front we have Davidson, that is Aiden Flynn, and William Yee up in the front. So that, who I'm mistaken for William Yee, who I tend to mistake a lot, it's Sam. That was Sam that made the move. Good job, Sam.
Good job, Sam. Sam, who's no longer anonymous, but still a representative.
They're coming through, almost not quite wide, but they are storming each other out so hard up in front. Davidson having to play defense because the people behind him definitely have the pace to try to take the win away from him. Davidson showing the masterclass in defense as William goes on the outside. David on the inside. David's going to have to defend, but he's blocked off by the leader, and they come at him.
Yep, no change for the lead, but there's lots of battling going on. I believe Sergey is just trying to hold on to as many positions as he can, but I think he's further back as each straightaway goes by.
Unfortunately, Sergey not quite the pace today. That could be the championship.
And it looks like there's a shuffling of positions in the lead up there as people are taking alternative lines. They might come out in the same order, but they're definitely taking a wide variety of lines as they're just looking for mistakes to happen.
And Nick makes a move on David to take the position. Nick now in 4th place, David in 5th, and Sam in 6th. Kirk back in 7th, Ray Michael Scott is in 8th, Eugene in 9th, and running the top 10 is Alex.
And then that'll be Sergey just outside of that top 10. No longer as much of a train, but he's just trying to facilitate the battles and mitigate the losses down the straightaways.
It's worth noting, every position is worth more points, no matter where you are
point, because I have a timer, I can tell that we're about halfway through the race.
Same song and dance, defending on the inside. Williams looking at better momentum and leading the line. Defending inside, getting more space on the side.
Yep. Since he's at the back of the train, he's just able to take the more optimal line and just put a lot of pressure down. Knowing that we're halfway through the race, he's just applying that pressure, letting him know that I'm there and trying to force him into a mistake.
The pressure piled on Davidson is immense, but Davidson is no stranger to having to defend the lead of a race. Davidson's going to do what he can to take this one home.
And honestly, what William's hoping for is just a mistake from people taking the inside line, and by him having this space here to be able to take more optimal racing lines, he's looking to be able to just slingshot past him.
He's got the momentum.
With that momentum.
Of the slingshot, he's going to make a move on Aiden. They're going into turn 3. With William on the inside, he has the advantage, but Aiden has the momentum to the outside, but he loses it. Aiden loses second place, and now William gets promoted in second place. He's going to hunt down Davidson for the win of the race.
Yep, and he's going to need to make that next move quickly, because if he tries to make a move with Aiden right behind him, he can just end up losing the space again. So he has a very small window to make a double overtake happen. And William is going to be forced onto the outside racing line, and as more defenses are thrown, Davidson just needs to stall for time for Aiden to catch up.
Huge squabble going into roller coaster here.
Yep.
And that was held up by Sergey, defending from everybody. Sergey is defending like a lion out there.
But Sergey's stuck on the outside line. He's going to try to work his way back in, but he's...
Tragedy for Sergey today. But he's not out of the fight yet.
That's 2 people by so far. Sergey just needs to find himself back to a line, and someone was on that outside line, but not quite alongside. Oh, that was a rejoin.
That was a rejoin, but he kept it in. That could have been disastrous, but really, really good control from the unfortunate fella who found himself on the grass there.
Yep, Sergey really needed to get back into that line, and there wasn't room for that cart that was already there.
So the good news, well, not quite the news, is that the leaders have not really done.
Oh, Sergey actually has good momentum going out of here, so that fight is still going. He's going to try to claw back what he can as people are razzled from that fighting there. But
while we were focused on the leaders, that was Sam getting Sam on a recovery time. Sam finds himself in 4th place somehow. He came out of nowhere.
Sam doing really good to try to get himself another podium spot. This could do really well for his championship. But meanwhile, for the championship, we have Davidson, who last I saw the score was in the lead without the dropped points. And so he's just looking for another first place to get himself as high up on that championship as possible before having to drop a race.
The more races you win, the easier it is to win the championship. There is your Will Buxton wisdom of the day.
Yep. Gotta win races to win championships, and Davidson's looking to do one of those.
Leaders aren't fighting nearly as much. Just kidding. Williams on the inside. He's going to make a move on Davidson. William has the advantage. Davidson may have caught him sleeping just a little bit. Davidson taking that momentum line. 3 wide as they exit. Davidson reclaims the lead. Williams side by side with Aiden for second place. It's all going to come down to this. Now Aiden's going to have that inside, forcing his way through, but not quite. Williams able to close the door on Aiden, and they come out the same way they came in.
Davidson doing a really good job holding it around the outside, holding William narrow to force him to be able to maintain that spot and keep that inside line coming out of there. He did not allow William to move over to the inside line for the following corner, and also to throw a wrench into the plans of William here. We had Aiden, who came alongside William, and William then had to defend the spot that he already had.
I don't want to say how crazy of a defense that was from Davidson to hold that. William was right alongside going into turn 3. Normally by that point, the move is already done. But Davidson held him, took that optimal momentum in turn 3. And all that fighting is starting to let 4th place catch up. Sam is catching up to those leaders. And I think that Mukil or Kirk? One of the two. Hard to tell from this distance, and the sun is still in my face. It feels good though.
It does feel nice. Thankfully, my hands are not freezing. Unless I got really good gloves and hand warmers, I imagine that these drivers do have freezing
I can
hands.
confirm that most of the drivers out here have hand warmers in their gloves. Feeling crazy. Actually has electronic heated gloves out there. So he must be feeling nice wherever he's at.
Yeah, very comfortable. And it looks like we have a squabble of 3 in the mid-pack. Couple to it action, but they're going to sort it out before we get to the end there. And it looks like the lead is a 5-way battle.
5-way battle for the lead. Let me see if I can get some names. I know Davidson's up front. That's William in second. Under threat from third place. Aiden is being under threat by... I need some binoculars. When they come through turn 6 and 5, I'll get those names. Here we go. Davidson, William, Aiden, Sam, and Mukil. I can confirm that's Mukil. With Nick following at a short distance away.
It would be really cool to have like a telescope or binoculars that I could put over like the camera lens. That'd be a pretty neat idea.
I'll just bring both pairs of my glasses. I'm only wearing one of them. Oh, we got a battle for third. Battle for third in turn 3. Who's going to come out on top? That is Sam on the outside and Aiden on the inside. Aiden has the advantageous position right now, and he manages to close the door on Sam to maintain third place. And they continue.
And now we have a duel for the first place. This is exactly what William wants, actually, because now he'll be able to safely throw moves, as now for that battle for third place is 3 wide.
Mukil takes it! Mukil gets a 2-for-1 special going into roller coaster. He says, thank you very much, and he just breezes right on by. Brilliant move by Mukil to take third place away.
And now that gives William more space to potentially take the spot away from Davidson.
So now it becomes a catch-up game. William is now free to fight Davidson for the lead. There is a gap between second and third, which allows
William
to battle Davidson. But Mukil's got the pace. They're slowly catching up. William doesn't have as much time as he'd like. He's going to have to make this move, and this is the most opportune time to do it. He knows he has the momentum coming out of turn 4 into turn 3, but now Davidson's privy to it and is going to be defending turn 3 more aggressively.
Yeah. Davidson just needs to stall for as much time as he can, so that way the pressure can be applied back to William. And because Davidson has to take the defensive lines, whereas William's free to take the racing line for
like
now.
Mukil and the train, which is now a 6-way train for the lead, has caught back up. Davidson now under threat, having to defend for his life.
Has been defending throughout this entire race.
Really good lines from Davidson, making that cart a lot wider than it actually is, preventing passes. And he makes it look easy, but now we have a 4-way train for the lead of the race. With a big pressure cooker now.
And now Williams now having to take inside lines because he sees the threats that are there. And it's almost not enough, as I thought I saw someone diving onto the inside of William there, but Williams still holding the position. Lots of alternative lines being thrown as we see this battle for 4.
Yep. Mukil is third, Sam is fourth, Nick is fifth, and Aiden, tragedy, Aiden has fallen to 6 points.
Yeah, he probably lost it in that in the Mukil double overtake, 3 wide.
Yeah, that getting caught in 3 wide in such a tight corner is going to.
But it looks like William's stuck on the outside line. But William holding him narrow. He just needs to try to maintain that inside line.
Holy! And then let Sam take the inside. Sam's gonna be battling for second. We find Sam in second place. We got Davidson, Sam, sun in my face. Davidson, Sam, William, and Alex is catching up. That's a top 7.
So in that exchange, William was not able to hold on to that second place spot as Sam promotes himself to second, and now it'll be his turn to challenge Davidson for his race-wide lead as we cross into the 20-minute mark of this video. I anticipate a final lap will be soon.
Because of the temperature in turnout, we're going to have a slightly longer race today, it seems. I'm not complaining. This is incredible.
It's fantastic, as we now have, what is that? I can count 6?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
7.
7. I can't count. No.
We have 7 carts battling for the lead. Although it looks like the bottom 3 drop off. There's a little bit of battle starts, and we got 4 going. And it looks like we have someone with the white helmet trying to take the inside line, but that's going to shatter their momentum down the back straight.
Davidson defending that inside as well. He should. He knows the pressure's on now, more so than it has been for the entire race. There's a lot more cars now vying for the lead. Davidson has been the cork in this bottle that has been shaken up for 20 minutes now. Can he hold it for some more laps? We continue as we get coming across the line. Davidson, Sam, side by side, William and Aiden, and behind them is Alex and Nick.
And we got 2 by 2 going into roller coaster. This is fantastic racing on this cold but sunny day. We have a dry track here, and
I'd say the weather's starting to warm up. I'd say it's about 35, 36 now, and I feel like the racers are more accustomed to the temperature now. The sun is shining on the shaded parts of the track from earlier, so the track is only improving.
Yep, we see the frost dialing back. And we see Davidson still holding on to this lead that he's had since the first lap.
Really good on Davidson to hold this defense.
We've had so many different drivers try to challenge his lead, and all of them have failed and have fallen further back as other people try to make their attempt on Davidson's lead here. But his defense is just awesome right now.
Really nice. Coming down through turns 2 and 1. The white flag is out, and I'm sure Davidson will be very relieved to see that. Let's see if he can be the first in the checkers. Here we go. Update. Davidson, Mukeel, William.
Wait, did Mukeel make his way up to second place?
He did.
And Mukeel
still the lead of the race.
And Davidson goes off the track. Oh, and it looks like I saw Kirk pushing, or I saw someone pushing someone right up there.
Mukeel takes the lead of the race. Davidson rejoins in second place.
That
was incredible.
I saw someone almost pushed off the track on the front straight, which is kind of crazy.
That was insane. Mukeel went all in and stole the lead of the race. And now it is Mukeel to come in 10th. That's not Mukeel, is it?
Who is it?
Sam. That's Sam, not Mukeel. That was Sam. I swear I saw Mukeel in there too. It was the right Walker and
But
it is Sam who has come out at the front of the pack with Davidson defending second.
But Davidson with 3 corners to go, if he wants to claim that lead back that he's held for most of the race, for all laps except for this last lap.
Very frustrated. That's how it should be. But it is Sam who at the last lap stole the checker flag away from Davidson to claim victory. Here we go. We got Sam in first, followed by Davidson, William, that is Aiden, and Mukeel in that order.
And then we have the rest of our top 10 finishers. We get another frantic race of like 3, and a lot of things kicked off on that final lap. We have a bunch of groups of 3 crossing the line, crossing the checkered flag. That is the conclusion of our penultimate seasonal race, and these drivers will be back to finish it off strong for the 8th race of the season. And we're gonna see you guys at the podium. Be sure to subscribe to catch that final.
Guys, once again, thank you guys all for coming out. Thank you guys for braving the cold. Man, I still don't even know if we're above freezing yet. Nope, we're still freezing. So, thanks for showing up. But yeah, we got a pretty decent race out there. Good pack of the top spots. Coming in 3rd place with the best lap time of a 79.153. We got William Yee. Coming in with a 79.610, 1.2 off the lead. We got Davidson, man. And taking that top spot with best lap time of a 78.564. Wow. First place, Sam's America.